Well, how's it going, guys? Welcome to another Sunday video update. Happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful, fantastic, terrific mothers out there, including my own. Today's date is Sunday, May 9th, 2021. Thanks for stopping by. What a week. Now, there's a couple of announcements I have to make, a rant and an announcement, and then I'll get on to other things. My sinuses are draining, so I do apologize. So first of all, Justina Banks. First order of business, Justina Banks. This troll account has been, for months now, for years, talking shit about me on Facebook. And it got back to me that she's using a profile picture of my dad. My dad is not Justina Banks. So, Justina, I know you like to talk shit. Whoever the fuck you are, you hide behind your anonymity. And you want to call me a coward. You want to say I'm a this, I'm a that, a predator, maggot, whatever of your mother's pet names that you come up with. But I'll make a deal with you. If you would just reveal a selfie of who you really are, because you haven't done it yet, you're too much of a, coward. That's the pot calling the kettle black. Thank you very fucking much. So here's an idea. Why don't you post a picture of yourself, your true identity? Stop fucking around. Stop monkeying around. And I will leave you out of my Sunday video updates and my daily rants. Come clean and tell people who you really are. Because I can assure you that we all know by now your real name is not Justina Banks, and you sure as fuck aren't my dad. You tried using Amy's picture, convincing people that Amy was Justina Banks. We all know better. We all know better that it's not my dad. So why don't you just come clean? You want to call me a coward? You want to call me a maggot? Why don't you practice what you preach? It takes one to know one, I guess. If you're going to call me a coward, this is coming from a coward who comes up with a fake name, refuses to show true identity, and talks shit about me in particular all day on Facebook. What a life. What a fucking life. So Justina Banks, because we know you're never going to grow up, I can hope that you will, but we know you won't. If you don't want me to talk about you, damn it, here or in my daily rants, then maybe you should just grow up, act more of an adult if you're an adult, not some kid. Put an end to this shit. There, you wanted your shame, now you got it. Whoop. Oh, sorry, guys. Ugh. 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 Oh, these allergies don't stop. So anyway, there's that order of business. Justina Banks is at it again, using, this time, my dad's picture as a profile picture. My dad's not Justina Banks, by the way, guys. So you're going to go back to the Justina Banks account. You're going to read through all that bullshit that they wrote about me. Oh, did you quit your First Amendment auditing because Social Security caught up with you? No, I quit my First Amendment auditing because I felt it was time to quit. There's just no reason to continue on. It has nothing to do with anything else other than my decision to quit. So there's that. So we got the Justina Banks troll issue out of the way. Justina Banks, grow the fuck up. Quit acting childish. We know your real name's not Justina Banks. Come on now. Be good. At your age, not your IQ. Now, you notice that the chat section of this live stream is unavailable. It's missing because of the fact that for 2 weeks in a row, I've had to deal with assholes coming in here, leaving stupid comments, and I'm just not going to put up with it anymore. So for those of you who were hoping to come in here to say hello or leave a nice comment. I'm sorry that other people had to ruin that for you, but there are other ways of contacting me, of course. My email address is in the About tab section of this YouTube channel. Feel free to reach out to me anytime in an email. We'll have a conversation in an email. Now, the third thing I wanted to talk about, which was the center of my most recent topic of discussion in the Daily Rant recording, the most recent one, is this Cancer Moms Retreat put on by FAM and that Maggot Milk Tyson. Let's talk about that. Now, the thing that really irritated me the most, first of all, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Why would you want to have a big gathering of people? Whether you got the vaccination or not, why would you even chance it? Secondly, why would you take your children? And most of these people are they're all cancer mothers. Not most of them, all of them are cancer mothers. Why would you take your child to something like that, knowing that they have an immunocompromised system? Why would you even risk that? And thirdly, the big one, why do you accept bribes from sexual predators? That was the main core of that particular topic, is that I've exposed Milk. A lot of people have exposed Milk Tyson as being a sexual predator. I put it out there. It's no secret. And, I'm still wanting to know why these people who should otherwise know better have enough intellect to say, you know what? There's enough evidence against this guy. He actually admitted to being a sex predator. Why would I want a chance flying my kids out to meet this guy, let alone in the middle of a fucking pandemic? What, are you kidding me? You people are fucking stupid. Period. Gosh. But you people are stupid. And sooner or later, it's going to catch up to you. You're going to have a sudden attack of conscience and oh my God, Jared was right. Of course you were. Or of course I was. But anyway, that's the point of that. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. My allergies just started flaring up on me like shortly before I went on the air. So I do apologize for this. Man, that's aggravating. Very irritating. My week, because now we're going to move on to bigger and better things. I hope you had a wonderful week. And I hope that all of you moms out there are having a wonderful Mother's Day. I know this is not the most ideal time right now for you. You're not celebrating Mother's Day for whatever reasons. And that's perfectly fine. You shouldn't have to. If you don't feel well enough to do it, or if you don't feel like you want to just celebrate, you don't have to. You don't have to. But just know that my heart goes out to you. My heart is with you. I love you. And if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. But I did talk with my mom for a little while today in a text message. We had a little back and forth, and it was nice. I got to talk to my mom for a few minutes. My week in review, my week was pretty busy. Actually, I've been to Flint, Saginaw. I was in Bay City yesterday, just out and about riding around. I went to this bar in Bay City. The guy who owns it, his son is having troubles with his heart, and they were recently having a t-shirt fundraiser for him. And I went to check out this particular bar yesterday. I saw it on TV5 News. I went to check out this particular bar yesterday, and the proprietor of the bar was not there, but the staff was friendly, food was good. And I told him my situation, being a survivor and all. And I was actually chatting with their boss. So yeah, it was a nice visit. I look forward to going back, and hopefully I can contribute to that fundraiser. Although it's not anything cancer related, But it's always nice to be able to help out when you can. So I figured, yeah, I'll be back again. And I told the guy I'll be back again. I don't know when, but I will be back and I'll make a contribution and anything I can do to help. So it was nice. I got some pictures of downtown Bay City. I don't make it out to Bay City that often. That was the first time in over a year that I've been to Bay City. And it's a big place. Got some pictures of the river and some ducks, going down river. It was nice. Got some pictures of like an overview of the downtown area, the shoreline, or the shore. Well, yeah, I guess it would be like the riverside buildings and stuff. Got pictures of that. And on the way home, I came through Midland, come down Salzburg into Midland, and then back home. So it was a wonderful week. And there's a girl I'm talking to. There's a girl I'm speaking with right now. And she works at the local gas station. And I said, well, because I love your smile, you're a very warm, sweet person. I said, I'm going to bring you a gift, help make your day go better. I'll be right back. And she's like, okay. Like she was a little, I wouldn't say apprehensive, but she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I went and bought her a thing of roses and brought them back. She's like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet of you. So yeah, she really liked them and she enjoyed the gift. And we're still talking. We keep in touch. So that's pretty much my week. My week has been very, very busy, very, very active. I'm not sure what this week is going to hold. Dad and Amy, they're gone. They're in Owasso right now at Amy's adopted mom's for Mother's Day. And yeah, I got the house to myself. They're probably watching this live stream right now from Owasso. So Dad and Amy, if you're watching, hello. Everything here's good. I'm doing a load of laundry right now. And gonna see if I can get some wash done. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go check. I hear water running. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I thought the hose was out the window all the way and the water started splashing, so I had to fix it. It's all good. But yeah, so I got a little wash going. And I'm home alone. I'm enjoying it. It's nice. I enjoy the peace and quiet. I've been enjoying the peace and quiet. That's why I go out, just ride around, check things out. So yeah, I visited with some friends of mine at the apartment complex uptown here in Chesaning. Haven't been there in quite some time. A lot of people moved out. My buddy Jake, he's back at his home place, and so I didn't see them up there, but I saw another friend of mine and her baby, and then another friend of mine and her kids. They were just getting out of school. So it was all a nice visit. Got together, talked about some things, and maybe one day I'll go back up there. I don't know. I like going up there and visiting with people. It's not so bad. What they needed was a four-way because they had to get some brake pads and rotors changed on the back tire, and they didn't have the tools to do it. So I had to drive up to the apartment complex and let them use my my four-way, and I had to take a floor jack with me, and so there you go. That that, and we did visit for a little while. They were happy to see me, and it was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's been a very busy, active week. I haven't talked to my brothers, not lately. My brother Wayne was here last week, about a couple week or two ago. It was him and his girlfriend, and um, his girlfriend's son. I call him my nephew, and his wife, and her son from a previous relationship. So it's my brother's girlfriend's son's wife and her kid, like a zigzag. Yeah, it was a nice visit. We had a lot of fun. As it turns out, my brother's girlfriend's son's wife also enjoys poetry. She likes writing, and we became instant friends. And she brought her 2-year-old son, and he was talking into the microphone, making all kinds of funny noises, going like that, making funny noises and laughing and giggling. And he was having a good time, having a great time. I ordered some pizza. I said, "You like pizza?" And yeah. And his mom says, that kid will eat anything. I said, "Okay, well, I'll order a pizza for everybody because you guys hadn't eaten yet and I hadn't eaten yet and Dad and Amy didn't eat yet." So I ordered a couple pizzas, ordered a couple things of the Howie bread because I go to Hungry Howie's to get pizza. They got some pretty good pizza. And we had pop, pizza, breadsticks. It was pretty good. I enjoyed myself. And the young kid, the little boy, he was wanting me to carry him out to the car because when they were getting ready to go, his mom tried to pick him up. He says, "No." My brother Wayne tried to pick him up. He says, "No." And he wouldn't let no one else pick him up but me. He came to me and he put his arms up. I said, "What? You want me to carry you out to the car?" Okay, jeez. So I picked him up, carried him out. I said, "Well, thanks for coming to hang out with me for a little while." And he was wearing a hat. I said, "You come out and see Uncle Jared again?" "Yeah." "You better. You better." I said, "I'll buy you a hat. I'll get you your own hat," because he wanted my hat, um, which it's not up here. Nope, it's not up here. He wanted my hat, though. I wear a Spartan hat. Actually, no, it's right here. He wanted my hat, the Spartans hat. And I said, "Well, you can't have this hat, but let Uncle Jared see what he can do for you. I'll buy you your very own hat. Would you like that?" And he kind of smiled and shook his head yes. I said, "Okay, I'll see what I can do." So, and he gave me hugs around the neck, gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then he blew kisses before they left. It was pretty good. And I told my brother, I said, "You can bring him out anytime you want, dude. Bring him out. Hell, come out. I don't get to see my brothers that often." And it was nice. It was nice to visit because honestly, I don't make it to Saginaw all that much. Not as much as I used to. I was in Saginaw twice last week. I was there yesterday, and I was there on Friday. They did take down the bean sign. I don't know if you guys watched my beans video, but they did take the bean sign down officially yesterday. They took it down. No longer there. I drove through Saginaw yesterday. It was gone. It kind of sucks because that was a piece of Saginaw's history. That's been there since I was a kid, and that's been well over 30 years. The bean sign would light up and the rabbit would flash pink behind it. They took that down. I hope they will at least preserve it in a museum instead of, I hope they don't throw it away or use it for something else. Preserve it, put it in a museum, put it out for display. Don't throw it away. Because it's something that the people of Saginaw know Saginaw for is the bean sign at the top of the elevator. So there you go. I heard that there were some sirens blaring in Chesaning. I don't know, police or fire department. I'm not sure. I was going to go uptown and check it out, see what was going on, but I had to go live here. And so here I am. I'm sure I'll find out about it eventually, sooner or later. I'll hear something through the grapevine. They'll probably have it on the news, or Dad and Amy might hear something that I didn't hear, or my Uncle Tim will hear something that I didn't know about. it'll get back to us eventually. So, but all in all, everything here has been pretty good. Can't complain. I've been emailing friends, texting friends. It's been fairly decent. There was a person I was speaking with. I don't know. They just stopped talking. I don't know. They're trying to. This friend of mine was having marital problems, and she's trying to work things out with her husband. And I just said, well, I hope the family's doing okay. I don't want to, create any potential problems, so I'll back off. And because I don't want the husband thinking that something's going on. That's not the case at all. Although the husband cheated, but yeah, we won't go there. But anyway, other than that, I mean, everything here it's pretty good. It's going pretty good, pretty smooth. Can't complain. And I don't think I'm getting very good internet connection, although there's like 3 or 4 people watching at a time. The internet connection here is just kind of wonky. I don't know. I was actually thinking about upgrading this mic, although it's a good mic. Because I got another one just like it. It's off camera. If I can bring that into view here, yeah, you guys can see it. They're $150 mics originally. I was actually going to upgrade to a Shure SM7B. Those are $400 microphones. I don't know if I can hook it up to this particular boom arm. I mean, I've got the cords, I've got the boom arm, but I don't know if I can hook it up to. I might be able to. But it is a $400 mic, and I'll have to do a little bit of saving. And I can hear my phone ringing. So whoever's calling me right now, I can't get to my phone. You're going to have to wait because I am not by my phone. They'll probably call the house if it's Dad. But I'm not near my phone. Sorry. They're probably going to call the house. We'll wait for the house phone to ring because I'm like nowhere near my phone. My phone's in my bedroom on the charger. So we'll wait for that house phone to ring. If it's important, they'll call the house. But anyway, all is good here. Very good. We got a little bit of rain and probably not enough rain. We could use a lot more. Our grass is getting tall, and Dad's got to cut the grass here pretty soon, but it just won't stop raining. We can never find a good day to cut the grass, but he said, yeah, I got to cut this grass. I got to get some gas for the lawnmower. And yeah, grass has to be mowed. It's starting to look like a fucking jungle out there. Yeah. So we'll have to do that. Take care of that. So whoever I can hear in my bedroom. So whoever called, they left a voicemail. Because I heard the phone ring. I didn't answer it, and then I heard the little that means that they left a voicemail. Or it could be a text message, or maybe a little bit of both. Who knows? But anyway, what else did I want to talk about? We lost was this last week? See, I can't remember. I can't keep track of everything. I think it was last week we lost Olympia Dukakis. The actress Olympia Dukakis passed away. I was at the back 40 this past week, and young guy was walking around with his actually an old guy. When I say a young guy, an old guy was walking around with his cane, and I'm sitting there, kind of just drinking my beer, and he was moving slow. He had his cane, and I jumped up real quick, and some other guy jumped up across the bar and he says, "You got that?" I said, "Yeah, I can do it." And he's, "Thank you," you know. And so I held the door open for the guy and he says, "Why, thank you, young man." He says, "It's good to know that there's still young people in the world." And we had kind of a philosophical, in the doorway there. I said, "Well," I said, I think we're the last of a generation of manners, because most of the kids nowadays have no fucking clue what manners are." And he says, "You're absolutely right." He says, "When you get to be my age," he says, "you just can't do the stuff you used to do. You get slower, you get older." I said, "Yeah," I said, "but you aged gracefully, right?" And he was wearing a Vietnam vet hat. I said, "You age gracefully, right?" And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, this is the reward. This is the reward for living such a long life." He says, "If you want to call it a reward, young man." Hey, he was a really nice guy. He was a really nice guy. And that's, if I ever, because he was 98 years old. 98 years old, that's a good life. And I told him, I said, "Well, if I ever live to be 98 years old," I said, "I hope I have plenty of stories to tell, just like you do." He says, "Oh, I'm sure you will." He says, "I'll be 99 in a few months." And he says, "My mother was 96 when she passed away." And he says, "I must be doing something right." I said, "Well, you're drinking all that good beer, right?" He says, "No, I can't drink at this age." But he was just a really, really nice guy, really nice guy. And usually when you encounter the older people, the elderly people, they're usually crotchety people, like, get out of my way. But they're old. They're just old. They've lived a long time. They're probably in, lots of pain. So I don't take it personally. I don't internalize that. It's like, I understand you're an old fart. It's understood. It's no disrespect to the elderly, because they got to have people looking after them and watching after them, and it takes for us to take care of them. And if I ever do live to be that old, I only hope someone would be willing enough to take care of me when I can't take care of myself. When I get so old where I can't move, can't walk, can't feed myself, can't shower myself, I would want for someone to help me, or at least be there for me when I get up there in age, when I become one of the decrepit people, as they're called. Um, but anyway, some people don't, it's like, and it was a very philosophical conversation that this gentleman and I had, because it really made me think about childhood cancer when I was an advocate for childhood cancer. I'm thinking, well, this guy is going to be 99 in a few months. And in retrospect, there are children who only had just months, not even months to live, from their cancer. So most people are fortunate enough to live for, very long time. They live a very good life. And there's children who just never had that chance. They were cheated. And it's sad. It really is sad. It's a shame. It really is. And that's why today, for Mother's Day, that's why I said most people who are watching this are probably bereaved mothers, and they just don't have it in them to celebrate, which is totally understood. Um, you know, it's a very delicate, sensitive subject. And I mean, I still talk to my friends who are bereaved parents, and every so often we'll say, "Hey, how's it going?" We'll exchange a little conversation back and forth. And a couple of the moms will tell me, I just never imagined that I'd see my baby in a box. And I said, I know. Um, I my heart goes out to you. I love you. I care about you. I mean, there's really nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say. And I would be dishonest if I were to tell them that I understood their pain, because I don't. I just don't. There's no way for me to ever know that. Um, but I always tell them that I'm here if you need me, and my heart goes out to you. And anytime you need someone to talk to, you don't be afraid to reach out. Don't hesitate. You got family here who loves you and cares about you, and we can talk about anything. We don't have to talk about cancer. We don't have to talk about kids. We can talk about the fucking weather for the next half hour, 45 minutes, even a whole hour. We can just sit and talk about the weather if you want to. That's not a problem. We don't have to talk about anything that's going to break your heart or make you cry or make you feel down and out and hurt, because you're already feeling that anyway. We don't have to talk about anything you don't want to talk about. But as your friend, we can certainly talk about things that make you laugh or things that make you happy, the weather or whatever you want to talk about, Because I'm not selective. I'm not picky, when it comes to conversations with my friends, especially when they are bereaved parents. It's no different on Father's Day. There's a lot of dads out there who are really feeling the gusto of depression. And, it's really, really sad. And for all you people out there who think that I don't give a fuck about the parents or the kids fighting cancer, you are sadly and sorely fucking mistaken. And, I guess I really didn't want to talk about this, but I probably should mention it. Just because I gave up on being an advocate because I saw it for what it was, the advocacy thing, it does not mean that I had given up on the people, that I stopped loving my friends and their children. It doesn't mean that I stopped. It just means that I gave up on thinking that this, posting ribbons to social media and just, trying to make things aware publicly. I just gave up on the naivety, thinking that I was doing something, when nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. And I'm always open to being proven wrong about that. But the only problem with that is that you have enough people who are they're diehard advocates, no pun intended. They have this abstract concept in their mind that there's some kind of a reward. There's like a brass ring for being the number one top advocate. And when I point this out, that there's competition in the advocacy world, I'm always told that I'm wrong. I'm always told that, no, that's not how it is at all. And there are a couple of people who even go on record as saying, yeah, there's competition, but no, that's not it. That's not it at all. It's not, well, I know there's competition, but ... That's not it. That's not it. If you know that there's competition and it's not for good reasons, maybe you should change your reasons. Maybe you should fucking modify your reasons a little bit. And it's part of the, it's part and parcel to the reason why I get so upset about this Cancer Moms Retreat, that FAM paid for, Milk Tyson, because these are parents, and Courtney, because I know she's watching this, and Keith. When your kid is healed, when your kid is out of treatment, they only go back for checkups periodically, whatever, fine. But why are so many parents still using their kid as a meal ticket? They milk this thing for what it's worth, no pun intended, but they milk their kids, whatever, even though they're cured, they milk it for what it's worth because they know they're going to get people feeling sorry for them. Free money, free appliances, free paid vacations. I can see through that bullshit. Courtney is good for that. She's good for that. That's why she bends over to milk all the time. She bends down and kisses his ass majorly because she's getting a free ride at her kid's expense. And I think it's disgusting and it's immoral. Courtney, you say you've got morals, but sweetheart, you don't know what morals are. You accepted a bride from a sex predator, and that's not just you. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm picking on only you, but you accepted a bride from a sexual predator. No two ways about it. And that I hope that eats on your conscience. I really and truly hope it eats on your conscience. I hope it rides down so fucking hard on your conscience that it keeps you awake at night because you accepted a bribe from a sexual predator, and anyone else who's associated with fam or kisses Milk Tyson's ass to try to get a little, greenback, you have sold your soul. And you're milking this for every fucking thing it's worth. For everything it's worth. Oh, well, Jared, then why did you share your story of childhood cancer? I'm not trying to get anything in return. That was never my goal. My reasons for sharing my story, as I've said 1,000 times, is just to show people that they're not alone. That's it. I'm not trying to get anything out of it. What's the reward? I'm not looking for a reward. I don't think that my experience with childhood cancer is obscure. It's not an abstract experience from any other experience there's ever been in the history of cancer. I don't think that's the case at all. But for me, it was just understanding and showing people that I understand. And if you need somebody to talk to, if you need help, I'm here. But most of these people, they do things with the notion that they're going to get a little something in return. That's bullshit, and it's demoralizing. And I'm not saying all parents do this, by the way, but especially when it comes to these people who are just tossing out free money, free appliances, free paid vacations, free this, free that. Yeah, they're going to bite. It's always about the fucking money. It's always about the money. Come on. You ain't going to bullshit me. I can see right through that facade. And when people tell me that there's no competition or there's no, it's all a publicity stunt. It's all competition. It's never enough to do good. It's never enough to have enough integrity to help someone without the world knowing it. You got to do good, and then you got to look good while you're doing the good. It's disingenuous. And that's what I've been saying for a very long time, but people don't seem to fucking listen. Sooner or later, it's going to blow up in your face. That's why I think, I want to say from this moment forward, I'm done talking about it, but I know that's not going to be the case. And you people out there watching know the same thing. That's not the case. I can imagine next week I'll be talking about the same fucking thing all over again. And, it's just so demoralizing. It's so demoralizing. Well, Keith, I hate to say this, but you have a competition because Milk Tyson is Courtney's new sugar daddy now. Sorry, bud. He's paying for everything. Why wouldn't she go for it? I feel bad for your kids, though, because you would subject your children to a creep like that. Yeah, whatever. It's your problem. Just like you told me to mind my own fucking business. Well, someone's got to be looking out for the well-being and safety of those kids, because obviously you and your old man don't give a fuck. As long as you're getting a free handout, who cares? Oh, it doesn't matter that he blackmailed. It doesn't matter that he extorted women. It doesn't matter that he got kicked out of a homeless shelter for sexual harassment. None of that matters. Milk Tyson's a decent human being, and whatever he has with God, I don't care about God. It has nothing to do with God. No one even mentioned God. So it's just to me, it's all a big glob of bullshit. And this is why I am happily detached from raising awareness to childhood cancer. I want no part of it anymore. Because you people don't know how to behave. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to do things right and for the right reasons. Everything has to be for some publicity stunt, some popularity contest, something other than what your intentions were for initially, to help people. It's become more than that. It turned into a great big fucking pissing match. It's a circus. It's a shit show. So, and I'm happily detached from that mess, from that garbage. I want no more to do with any of that shit. But there you go. That's why I'm so angry and frustrated. How do you fraternize or negotiate with a sex predator? How the fuck do you do that? I would never negotiate with someone who sexually victimized someone. That goes against everything I believe in. It's very demoralizing. How do you do that? It makes no fucking sense at all. But you know what? I look at it this way. People they're not going to change. They're going to pride themselves because they got to meet somebody who made their dreams come true. Give me a fucking break. Just please, give me a break. Give me a break. We're not celebrities, folks. Childhood cancer is not a playground for celebrity. At least it shouldn't be a playground for celebratory mentality. But that's how it is, because everybody is a celebrity in the childhood cancer world. Everybody's got to be saying and doing something. We all got to go by these thought out, predetermined platitudes. What to say, how to say it. Fuck that and fuck you. I saw through that shit. Sooner or later, more and more people will actually stop and listen to what I'm saying, and they're going to consider this, and they're going to say, you know what? Jared's got a point. I mean, one of my friends who's an oncology mother had even said this over a phone call that we had not long ago. She's like, there's a lot of people who, their kids are cured. That part of our lives is over. Fucking move on. I agree. Or what you can do is you can show other kids or other families that, hey, my hand is out here. I'm going to help you through this if you need a helping hand. That's it. But you don't got to then go on Facebook and, oh, look what I did. Look what I did. It's bullshit. But there goes more time wasted reiterating the same shit that I talk about week in and week out. I've been doing this for years. According to Justina Banks, I've been doing this for years. Yep. So when things change, I'll talk about something else. Deal? Justina Banks, although I know that's not your real name. I tell you, people have a lot of time on their hands. I'm out here living my life, trying to do right in the world, trying to, not be in contact with as many people, like have less contact with people as possible. But that's not to say that I don't love talking to my friends either. I love talking to my friends. I love emails and text messages and phone calls, which I missed a phone call. I think that was my dad. But I absolutely love, I love the communication. And when things change, and it's just like I told my friends, when things change, then I'll talk about something fucking else. But it's never going to change. And I'm not going to be the one to change it. But I am someone who woke up to this bullshit that's been going on for years. No one else has the balls or the spine or the brawn to say it, because of the fact that if they talk about it, then they've got something to lose. Because, they're involved in this little pissing match, this little competition. So they're not going to say shit about it. Well, I don't feel that way. Deep down, I bet you do. You just can't admit it, because then that goes against everything you're standing for. So, and when I was an advocate, I thought I was doing something right. I really and truly thought that I was doing something right. I always had everyone's best interest at heart. And as it turns out, they didn't give a fuck. So now I don't have to give a fuck. Simple exchange. But I do. I care about the people in particular. I care about the people, not so much the superficial, post a gold ribbon and did you know? Please. They probably didn't know because one, were not personally affected by it, and two, they don't have a kid in treatment. They don't give a fuck. Why should they care? It's like for any other, cause. And Bill Maher actually said something in one of his new rules segments about too much awareness. which he made a lot of good points. And I agree with him on a lot of things that, like with cancer, like everybody's heard of it. We all know what it is. It's no secret. It's nothing that's, kept hidden in a cupboard. It's been out of the bag now for many years, many decades. This is nothing new. It's nothing exclusive. But it's just a passion for wanting to get people involved and to get other people aware, which, like I said, again, we're well fucking aware. The world is aware of cancer. No matter if it affects kids or adults or teenagers, whatever, we're aware of cancer. The thing is that childhood cancer that we know of gets less funding than adult cancers, which is shitty, which is really shitty. This contradiction of a democracy that says children come first are the same people who are putting children last on the fucking back pages, on the back burner, which is shitty, and I'll give them that. I agree with that. It's bullshit. But I'm just another guy. I'm an ordinary guy. I don't have a lab in my bedroom. I'm not a PI. I'm not studying this shit around the clock night and day. I'm not a scientist. I was once a patient over 30 years ago, and that's what I talk about. And that's what I try to, explain to people, that I know I understand your pain. I know what you're going through. But people are constantly, they're always taking shit the wrong way. They're always taking shit the wrong way. Anything I say, they are more than willing to twist it to make it sound like I said something I didn't. And again, not all parents milk this shit for what it's worth, but some of them do, especially when their kids are cured. It's like, you know what? Your kid is just going for checkups. That's it. They're not in treatment anymore. Try to live close that chapter of your life. I mean, it's always going to be a part of my, like, being a survivor. It's always going to be a part of my life, but I'm not going to talk about it so much anymore because I'm living a normal life. I think I've done what I was supposed to do on my own. I didn't follow the crowd. I didn't go with what they wanted me to do, because fuck them. I'll do my own thing, and I'll do it when I want, how I want. And that's that. I don't get involved with cliques or groups or associations or alliances or allegiances or any of that shit. I don't owe my allegiance to anyone. I am happily detached, and I'll do my own thing at my own accord, how and whichever way I choose. And I did for many years. Some people, they understood that. Most people didn't. And, I've decided for myself that the people who don't like me either because they're told not to like me or because I say something that they disagree with, well, the disagreement rests with you. That's your problem. And if I'm such a horrible, mean, vindictive person like most people claim I am, why do you keep coming back to my YouTube channel? Why do you keep watching videos like these? Why do you listen to my daily rant recordings? If I'm so horrible, why do you keep coming back? Why? Because I call people out? Because I put people on public blast? I give them exactly what the fuck they deserve? Because people who are doing stupid shit and they're doing things that are worthy of condemnation deserve to be called out for their bullshit. Abso-fucking-lutely. They deserve to be called out for it. Especially when we're talking about negotiating and fraternizing with sexual fucking predators. Oh yeah, that does need to be called out, and the people who are supporting FAM and defending Milk Tyson definitely deserve to be called the fuck out. And that goes for anybody else. I would have said the same thing if it were anybody else I've ever spoken about. Advocates, activists, fuck off. And I would have very much said the same thing about anybody else. So, but wow, I have talked a lot about that. See, I try not to talk about the same thing over and over and over again, but it grills me. It burns my fucking ass when people do shit like this. I cannot stand it. And we're already down to the last 10 minutes of the show. That hour goes by quick, for sure. But Dad and Amy, they went to Owasso. They are at her adoptive mom's house, and I've got the house to myself. I had to clean up a little mess in the laundry room. Got some laundry to do yet, some more laundry to do. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. I did text my mom, told her Happy Mother's Day, told her I loved her, told her I'm thinking about her and I hope she has a good day today. And I found out, because my mother and I, we talk a lot about the family, not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I mean, we talk about the relatives. Like my grandma had a total of 17 kids, and she did. My mom was the last of 17 children, including stillborn, by the way, including stillbirth. My grandma had a total of 17 kids, and my mom's oldest sister, her name was Judy. She was born in 1940. She died in 2002 at the age of 62. And because I always wondered, like, how far back does it go? Like my mom's brothers and sisters, how far back do they go? All the way back to the 40s. And I never knew that. Which is pretty fucking cool. I know a lot of my aunts and uncles were born in the 50s. Like my Uncle Rick was born in 54. Anna was born in 57. Uncle Willie was born in 52. Aunt Kathy was born in 50. And I think Aunt Flossie was born in 1947. And then it just started to go back. And my mom was the last of 17. And she was born in 1962. My mom did have another brother, and I just found this out. My mom was telling me this. She has another brother. He was born in 1960, but he died from a condition called crib death, or as most people know today as SIDS, or sudden infant death syndrome. So my mom had a brother that she never got to meet. So yeah, that's really, really, so I'm learning new things about my family on my mom's side more and more every day. It seems like my family is fucking huge. It's gigantic. It's enormous. If my grandma were still alive today, my mom's mom, if she were still alive today, fuck, she would have hundreds of grandchildren. She was the matriarch of our family. She would have hundreds of grandkids, great grandkids, great great grandkids, great 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 grandkids. I mean, the generations continue on. My grandma would have lots and lots and lots of grandbabies right now, lots of grandbabies. And she wouldn't be able to keep up with all of them. My grandma would be, let's see, she was born in 1925. So she would be 96. Yeah, she'd be 96 this year if she were still alive. She died in 1986 at the age of 61. In October of 86, I was only 3 months old at the time. Congestive heart failure. She was only 61. And since then, my mom, she hasn't been the same, you know, and it's been a long time. But, you know, mom and I, we talk about a lot of things, like when mom was growing up, how different it was, how difficult it was. And that's why she always did her best. She only went by what she was taught, how she was raised. You know, I mean, being the disciplinarian, you know, I got spanked a lot. And oh, what did I tell you? They were going to call the house. What's this? AFP? Hello? Fuck off. Thought it would be Dad, but it wasn't. Anyway, it was a recording. My mom had it rough growing up, and yeah, there were times when I got spanked, I was grounded. she was, mom had to be the disciplinarian, but she raised us kids with, certain like dinner table etiquette. We couldn't hum, we couldn't whistle, we couldn't sing, we couldn't watch TV, we couldn't wear a hat, we couldn't have our elbows on the table. My mom was very strict about things like that. That's how I was raised, um, because that's all she knew, and it just goes down through the generations. But it kind of changed a little bit as I got older, and then now that I am older, it's changed completely. I mean, I still take my hat off when I'm visiting with my mom and she prepares dinner. I'll take my hat off. She'll say grace and I'll just sit there and just kind of, stare off because I don't say grace. I don't pray. I don't do any of that shit. But she'll say grace before supper and I'll wait for her to get done and then I'll start eating or I'll just dig in. Um, but that's how my mom was raised. It's all she knew. And mom must have done something right because I'm still here. When I had cancer, she always made sure that my port was disinfected and she took, I mean, she hardly slept. My mom and dad hardly slept, but mom always did a good job making sure that I was okay. The house was always kept clean, scrubbed from top, bottom, left to right. She did everything in her power to make sure that I would be okay, that I would be healthy. And, there's nothing like the mother's touch. There's nothing like mom's touch. And mom has a certain way of doing things that only mom can do. And many of you would agree with that, there's nothing like mom. Mom can only do things that mom can do that even dad can't do. Because, each parent plays a role and, mom has a certain touch, dad does his thing, whatever. I don't know how to explain. I mean, there's a difference between mom's touch versus dad's way of doing things, and today we celebrate moms. We pay homage to moms. We recognize moms. We remember moms. We talk about moms. We bring up good memories of mothers. And for me, I'm just grateful and thankful that my mom is still here today. And I'm grateful that we get to have the conversations that we get to have. I'm grateful for all the runny noses that she wiped, all the diapers she's changed, all the clothes she's washed, the home cooked meals she's prepared, the hugs, the kisses, the love, the random I love yous, just her constant love and caring. Although there were times when I would say that my punishments were unjustified, but mom was mom. And she was just trying to raise a well-intentioned, well-informed kid, because one day your kids are going to have to grow up and experience the world without without them being there. And, she did everything she could through thick and thin. She did everything she could. My parents weren't perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. But they did the absolute best they could with what they had. And they must have done something right because, like I said, I'm still here. I'm still, and that's not to say that mothers and fathers don't do enough. The bereaved parents have never done enough. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, parents are not perfect and they can only do so much within their power, within their hands. There's only so much they can do. And that it doesn't mean that parents failed. The only way parents would ever fail is if they never fucking tried at all. That's the only way they can fail. A mother will do anything. Any real mother will do anything to ensure the safety and well-being of her children. My mother did absolutely everything she could. She had jobs. She did it all. Mom cooked, she cleaned, she worked, she did it all. My mom did it all. And she's still going. She's going to be 59 in October. And her health is touch and go. She has to go see a doctor every so often. She was recently checked for cancer. She doesn't have that anymore. Or she never had it. Actually, I should say she doesn't have cancer. She never had cancer. But she's been checked for it. She doesn't have it. And, that's the best news that anyone could ever have. So, Mom, if you're watching this or listening to this, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. I'll talk to you very soon. And same goes for all of you watching out there in cyber world. We have reached the 1 hour mark. It is officially 4:00. Happy Mother's Day. And just know that someone here, although I sound like an asshole, I come on here, I sound like a jerk. I just want you to know that sometimes you got to say things that may not be the most popular thing to say or the most popular response to something. But sometimes the truth has to be said. It's got to be known. But just know that through all of that, I never stop loving you. I never stop thinking about you. I never stop caring about you. And I'm always here anytime you need me. Most of you have my cell phone number. I'm sure most everybody has my email address. So be sure to reach out to me anytime. Even if you have any questions about the content that you see on this channel, email me. And I'll be more than happy to respond to your inquiries on the content on my channel here. So I'm flying solo this week. It's been a good, nice, solid hour of me talking, ranting, rambling, or whatever. And that's about going to do it for now, guys. It's already a couple minutes after 4. So thank you so much for watching. Happy Mother's Day. Much love to all of you. This is Jer Bear. Signing off for now. I'll see you guys next week, and I'll probably have some more random content uploaded to this channel. So much love, peace out, and have a wonderful Mother's Day, and have a great, safe week. I will see you guys next week. Take care.